Stone says you got a little idea.
Nigga, ain't shit little about me or my fucking ideas. I'm a big picture guy with an even bigger supply.
That's what's up. But I'm cool.
He cool. Shit, alright. But you'll be a whole lot wealthier and happier with my shit.
I love when city slickers swear their shit don't stink.
Look, nigga. I'm about dollars and cents. That's it. So you either fucking with me or you not.
You should probably bounce.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. We're my most beautiful queens in the house. We're my most beautiful queens in the house.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Jamila. Welcome to the Queen's Address. Welcome into the Queendom, okay? And today, I am so excited. I have a very special guest. You've seen him on The Wire. You've seen him on BMF. He's an MC. He's a marketing extraordinaire and a digital creator as well. The list goes on. But today we got Tray Chaney in the building. How you doing, Tray Chaney?
Thank you so much for having me. That was the best introduction
No,
I've ever had.
we got to keep it
I got to
real.
take my glasses off for
Yes,
that
sir.
one, right?
We got listen. We got to keep it real on the Queen's Address.
Yeah.
So first off, I wanted to talk to you about this author journey.
Wow.
Show that to camera one here.
Yeah.
This author journey. I love the book.
Thank you.
You know, the truth that you can't betray.
Yeah.
What motivated you to do the book?
You know, for me, I just wanted to give creatives, actors, actresses, artists a tool for them to follow by saying never give up.
Right.
No matter how hard it gets. Focus, stay focused, follow your dream. My thing was the way we sitting here having a conversation now, that's how I wrote it. I wrote it just to say, these are some of the things that I went through in my life. I'm still going. I still got a long way to go, even though a lot of people that do read the book, The Truth You Can't Betray, might say, man, you made it. Okay, yeah, I made it to a certain point, but I still have a long way to go. So the book basically just talks about, you know, the beginning of how I started in this entertainment business at 8 years old.
Yeah.
And then the number of years of work that went into just me being a dancer and a hip hop artist.
That's right.
The transition to becoming an actor and The Wire being my first job as an actor. So with that being my first job, it's like, okay, well, what transpired when you got that? So I touch on like the first season and then it gets into me still having one foot in the street and one foot out.
Right.
You know, so it's like you can't merge the two. It's either you're going to stay on the positive route or you're going to go down the negative route. And of course, us sitting here today is just showing that I went on that positive route.
Absolutely.
So again, the book is just to uplift, motivate, and encourage as many people around the world as possible to never give up on their dream. The truth you can't betray.
Listen, there's still copies available too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay. You know, The Truth You Can't Betray, that's available on ChaneyWay.com.
ChaneyWay.com.
Yeah, so they could buy directly from me autographed copies, and it's just like I said, I'm just happy to be able to put out material that's positive. As you can see, it was no cursing, that one curse word in the book.
That's right.
Because I'm not pushing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing
Very
uplifting. I'm pushing motivation. I'm pushing inspiration, and we just trying to, you know, take our people to the next level.
That's right. That's right. Well, we're grateful for your
Thank you.
contribution.
Thank you.
As well. And so you're also an MC.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what has your experience been like on your music journey?
Well, the music journey, I guess coming from the background of a dancer first, just spilled over into hip hop because some of my pictures that I got, you know, when I was 8 years old with Big Daddy Kane.
Yes. Shout out to Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, shout out to Big Daddy Kane. That's still my brother to this day. Has done so much for me career wise as far as me being an MC, because Big Daddy Kane was the first person years down the line when we had like reconnected. He was the first person to say, jump on a sold out show with me in 2015 in my city, the legendary Howard Theater in Washington, D.C. Big Daddy Kane was the one that said, I believe in you. First of all, he loves The Wire, right? He loves The Wire. So me just looking up to Kane and saying, man, he's an icon, and him to give me an opportunity to perform my music, which is uplifting, is positive, is dope. You know, and like I said, that's the energy that I bring in anything that I do. But when Kane threw me on that stage in front of that sold out crowd, that was the beginning. Even though I had already been pursuing music, but the beginning was 2015 in October, to be exact, at Howard Theater in Washington, D.C. when I got on that stage and I did a 10-minute set of me performing, and people gravitated to that because, you know, it's always hard for actors to jump straight into music. So I'm like, man, I gotta touch on subjects that people really can identify with. It's all about the connectivity for me when it comes to my music. So when you put out records like Dedicated Father, and you got fathers in the audience that could really feel that, you know, or when you put a record out called Bad and Beautiful, uplifting women to embrace themselves and love themselves for who they are, no matter your body, you know, no matter how you look, God gave you that gift. So you got women in the audience like, I really love that. So I my thing is, for me, I give people music that's coming directly from me, but it's relatable. You know, it's just it's reality music, is connectivity, you know.
Absolutely.
So just to fast forward, you know, after opening for Kane in 2015 in October in my city, it's like that trickle effect came. Next it was Rakim. Then it was Slick Rick. Wow. You know, and then it was Belle Biv DeVoe, and then it was Bobby Brown and Snoop Dogg. You know, Snoop Dogg put me on a 20,000 seat in an arena, State Farm Arena out here in Atlanta. Wow. Like, I mean, so me, I'm very blessed to still be in this business after 25 plus years doing what I love to do in the television, film, music industry, and to have OGs like Big Daddy Kane, Snoop Dogg. When we talk about acting, Clifton Powell. These guys take me under their wing, because one thing that I've realized is nobody is going to offer a helping hand or lend you a hand if they don't see you helping yourself. And if it wasn't for Clifton Powell, you know, the extraordinary actor, I would not have an agent. You know, my agent now that I've had for the last 6 years is because of Clifton Powell. Wow. You know, he made shouts to him. Yeah, shout out to Clifton Powell, you know, for him just saying, man, I believe in you. I love what you're doing. You know, I play his son on Saints and Sinners, Bounce TV, Hulu. So to play the son of Vanessa Bell Calloway and Clifton Powell, which they're both a part of my documentary, Undeniable, the Tray Chaney story, which is on ChaneyWay.com. But like I said, just looking at these people as looking up to them, but understanding too that they look at me like, man, you doing it. We inspired by you, you know? Yeah, you know. And I'm like, wow, you got Clifton Powell, Snoop Dogg saying that they love what I do. Right. You know, it's like, yeah.
That's incredible.
It's surreal.
That's incredible. Real. So in the book, you talk about being raised a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't help but to think about the Jackson family.
Yeah.
And their really strict upbringing and stuff like that. Right. So did you ever feel conflicted with any role or offers if it went against your principles?
Yeah, I did. And actually, you know, for me, The Wire was the role. It was right. It was a lot to unpack. It was the role. And me at the time when I had booked The Wire, I was old enough to make my own decisions, you know, and the entertainment business, I feel like that is a God-given talent. Like for me to be able to remember 20 pages of dialogue and remember lines and make a living off of it. Right. Never once have I ever had an issue with Jehovah's Witnesses, the religion, or, you know, I still make it to meetings. You know, I still listen to the brothers speak. I still, you know, will show up to the memorial. I still will show up to the assembly. I have nothing but true love for Jehovah's Witnesses. And I just believe that it all boils down to one thing. Decisions that you make in life, whatever path that you on, that's between you and God.
Hey, come on now.
That's where I'm at, you
Come
know.
on now.
So it's love coming from me always, and you know, I mean, what I do for a living is my God-given talent.
That's right.
You know, and I'm out here pushing the culture forward with positivity.
Yes, sir.
I'm not out here robbing, stealing, killing. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
acting
So my thing is as much as I can be a great person, that's what I push forward to. And I pray and I'm blessed.
Yes, sir.
Like I know God got his hand on me and my family, you know.
Look
and
out for Tray.
I'm telling you.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here and I'm able to really feel the power of that and say, yeah, I'm, you know, the decisions that I'm making for my career and my family, it's working for me.
Right, because the ultimate goal is righteousness.
That's
right?
what it is.
You know,
that's what it is.
At the end of the day,
I love
think
that
if
word,
everybody-
righteousness. That's what it is.
Righteousness wins at the end
Wow.
of the day. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I think I watched an interview with Ty Tribbett on Breakfast Club, and he said, listen, the church is not God. And I'm like, so many people understood what he meant.
Yeah.
We have God within us. We know when we're telling a lie. We know the difference between right and wrong when it's
Man.
happening.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go into a building to say, okay, now because some of the, you know, worst people I've met, you know, been like, you know what I mean? I'm like some of the best people I met have been, you know, drunk or, you know, so you just never really know the heart of a person. So I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel what you're saying.
That's real.
You know, and just wanted to go back to the book too. You reveal in the book about when your father became sick.
Yeah.
With sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis, yeah.
And I watch you on social media, as I told you off camera, with the salads and the water movement.
Yeah.
And, you know, we also see you working out with the pull-ups and your fitness regimen, you know, and you have a lot of wellness content.
Right.
Did your father's illness kind of put a passion in you to advocate for wellness?
Well, sarcoidosis, my father had battled with that, and he had to have like surgery where he still has the scar on his neck where they had to go in and perform the surgery. And I was so young back then, and I guess seeing him go through that, it was always something in the back of my mind that made me think about the how, like how does that come about, or what are things that I might do. Because first of all, you can't avoid anything.
Right.
Like you could be eating healthy, you could be in perfect shape, and something still could happen to you.
Right.
So that's just the nature of life, period. But I guess looking at, you know, my father's sickness with sarcoidosis, it had put something in my head back then, like, okay, well, if my father went through that and overcame it, and I watched everything that he did as far as starting to eat right and just take it easy when you get hit with an operation like that. You fast forward over 20-something years later, this whole Tray Chaney conscious diet started because I want to just have a clear mind, you know?
And you don't eat any red meat, any pork.
Well, yeah. See, the thing is with the Tray Chaney conscious diet, it's a fast that was created for 30 days.
Okay.
It started off as a 30-day fast, and throughout the year, I'll do it maybe every couple of months.
Okay.
And then if I go out after it's done, I might go out and have some champagne. You know what I'm saying? Or eat some steak.
Right.
Or eat some salmon, whatever. But
for 30 days, it's
But for 30 days, the Tray Chaney conscious diet consists of no alcohol.
Okay.
No drug whatsoever. No marijuana, no cigars, no cigarettes. Intermittent fasting.
Structure.
Yes. Intermittent fasting. I wake up, I drink water, I pray. I don't eat anything until 12 noon, which is a salad, a grilled chicken salad. You eat the grilled chicken salad. After that, more water. Throughout the day, if you get hungry or if you feel hungry, because being hungry is a mind thing.
It
for
is.
real.
It really is.
But I snack on trail mix, like some almonds. And then, of course, by the time 5 o'clock hits, my wife is coming home to cooking an incredible dinner, a healthy dinner.
Yeah, right.
Aisha Chaney, shout out to my wife.
Shout out to the wife.
But
holding it down.
That's all it consists of, and then it consists of meditation 10 minutes a day. I pray so much until I lose count anyway, so prayer is always incorporated.
That's right.
Working out at the gym 3 times a week, but a lot of people don't know before. During the Tray Chaney Conscious Diet, before I started going to the gym, I was already on what I was on as far as everything that I just explained.
Exactly.
The gym came after.
Exactly.
Which was a blessing and better for me.
Right.
You know, so because now it's like, okay, well,
you're ready for it.
You
now.
lose the weight, you're disciplined, you know, you in shape. Now go to the gym and bulk up a little bit.
Right.
You know,
right.
and it just today is so dope because I'm on day 14 out of 30 because I started it over 14 days ago. I said and these are the Tray Chaney Conscious Diet isn't planned. I might just wake up one day and say, I'm ready to stop. I don't want to drink no more. I don't want to eat this no more. I want to just get focused. I want to get disciplined.
Yeah.
And whatever it is that I need to sacrifice, which means let go to obtain greater, that's where I'm at mentally.
Yeah.
So I'm wired different.
Right.
With, look, a play on the wire, right?
I know, right.
But,
wired different coming soon on the hoodie. Okay.
But yeah, that's all the Tray Chaney Conscious Diet is about. It's just getting your mental right and locking in. And a lot of people, they say, man, are you Muslim? I'm like, no, I'm not. But, you know, because, and then a lot of Muslims reach out to me too because they're like, yo, what you doing is, that's, you know,
it's
and
the discipline that attracts them. It's the glow. It's like moths to a flame. Like, it's something about this guy. I mean, he's hydrated, he's moisturized, he looks great, he feels great, and I'm gonna see what he's doing so that I could, do it too.
And then it's about the evolution as well of where I'm going as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a grandfather, you know, as a son, as a brother, you know. I just feel, even with me embracing my gray hair now, you know, for a long time I was self-conscious about it, and that wasn't even because television networks were saying, okay, let's diet, we want you to look this way. That's fine. But me personally, I used to say, yeah, hurry up and dye my hair. I don't want people to know I got gray hair. But now I'm at a place right now, like I said, Tray Chaney is about evolving.
Listen, you earn those grays.
I earned the grays. I earned the gray hair.
It's like stripes.
Yeah.
When you come out to service,
so
like, I just a Purple Heart.
Yeah.
This happened when I went through this. This part happened when I went through that. Yeah.
So now with, you know, the Tray Chaney Vision Entertainment brand, I'm just all about evolution. So that's why it's time to embrace this.
Yes.
It's time to embrace, you know, who I am. I've always done that anyway. But just certain little things, like I said, with me being self-conscious about having gray hair now, look, y'all, this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? And this is who I'm proud and happy to be.
Yes, sir.
And this is an encouragement for more people to be like, look, don't live your life based off of how other people think or how they feel about you.
Perception,
exactly. If you feel good about yourself, as long as it's positive, whatever it is that you're doing, you'll be okay. Embrace yourself. And I'm in that stage in my life now where I'm embracing myself because everything that I'm doing is positive.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's uplifting and trying to motivate.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we're going to talk about this character on BMF.
Yeah.
Okay, killing the game. All right. How would you describe Bleek?
Bleek is thorough. He's sharp. As you can see, when he was introduced in season 2 as the Cleveland Connect, you know, who Meech was coming to do business with, he was trying to play it smooth, like, I don't need me. But then he ended up needing Meech, you know, and then Meech kind of, you know, checked him. Like, look, I came to you, but next time let's, you know, I'm coming to you with an offer, you know. So I would describe Bleek's character as somebody who he's a team player. I can say that because I can't give away what's happening in season 3, but it is Bleek is making his appearance in season 3, and I'm just happy that I can say Tray Chaney is a part of the culture again. You know, because when we talked about The Wire, The Wire's The Wire. Yes. That's culture. That was like the blueprint for all of these other shows. But now to see me be a part of BMF,
yes,
which you even hear Big Meech and the crew, you know, on some of these, you know, previous videotapes or whatever, when they were out here talking about how The Wire was a real stepping stone for them. And The Wire inspired them to make some of the moves they was making.
Exactly.
So to hear that, and now I'm like, wow, I'm on a show that's
you were influenced.
That they're talking about,
yeah,
you know, what happened in Big Meech's life, and Lil Meech is playing him, his son. The whole crew and cat, you know, The Wire is like GOAT. You know what I'm saying? To everybody around the world. So just,
I haven't seen its equal.
Like yeah, I know, right? Like I said, just to be a part of BMF has just been a dream come true for me. And a lot of people don't know, I had to audition and earn that role. I auditioned for BMF 7 times before I was cast. So I've never had a problem with earning.
Right.
You know, I love when cast directors are like, man, just pull up, man. We love you. We're big fans. No, I want to audition. I want to show you that I'm serious.
So you already know I'm a Wire fan.
Yeah.
I'm even on a Facebook fan club. I wore my Wire hoodie today.
Thank you for wearing that.
Yeah, listen, you got to go
Yeah.
to TrayChaney.com.
Yeah, ChaneyWay.com.
ChaneyWay.com if y'all want a Wire hoodie like this one.
Yeah.
But I've never seen its equal. I've never seen The Wire's equal. Right. What was it like working on The Wire with so many other amazing actors?
You know, I think I can speak for each and every last one of us. We all knew we were a part of something special, but I don't think none of us knew that it was going to take off like it did.
Right.
You know, so just seeing Michael B. Jordan in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that was the beginning of his career, but
right.
The Wire was that show. You know what I'm saying, for him as well. Seeing Idris Elba,
yes,
like the evolution of what's happening with these guys now, who I'm so proud of and I'm so inspired by. You know, Wendell Pierce.
Listen, Bunk.
I'm telling you,
the Bunk.
Like, I mean, Wood Harris.
Even
I mean,
Dominic McNulty, you know.
And I can honestly say that was the most family oriented show I've ever been on.
Wow.
Because we all still,
cast.
like me and JD Williams, we've been
I saw the
in
picture
touch
on Facebook
for
with y'all in the hoodies.
For a long time.
Yes.
Like, over 20, and just think, The Wire, 22 years.
Wow.
22 years.
Wow. And you look 29.
That's good. Okay. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. And, you know, and I wanted to talk to you about this scene. Speaking of JD Williams, there was a scene between you and JD Williams, who plays Bodie. And you all are on the block in this scene when Marlo's crew, they're shooting at Bodie. And Poot grabs his shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. In that moment, it's one of my favorite scenes. I mean, it's a heartbreaking scene, but you gave him this look.
Yeah.
And you said, Bodie, come on, man.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, my heart broke because without a whole lot of language and dialogue,
it was so.
That scene was so powerful because he looked at you like, you know, and so he's still buzzing. You just looked like you knew what was going to happen. And the look on your face, the art through expression, I said, this brother is an actor. You're you know what? You might even be able to listen. I am an actor. You know, I like Broadway. And I said, no, you're a serious actor because it evoked an emotion. It did. It evoked a feeling, and I just remember feeling like I had chills, like because we all knew what was going to happen without the dialogue having to take place, just because of the exchange with the facial expressions. And when you grab his shoulder and says, you know, come on, man, and I mean. Can you talk about that a little bit? Like just art through expression. I don't know if you take like the art classes or you just look in the mirror and be reading your lines or.
Well, you know what?
It was just so heartbreaking.
Yeah, art through expression when it comes to, you know, the scene where Bodie gets killed, right? For me, as the character Poot, and you know how tight him and Bodie were.
Yeah.
That was a real expression because. Not only is the character Bodie getting killed off the show, but now JD Williams' trailer may not be next to Tray Chaney's because that's it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you don't know how long it's going to be before I see JD Williams again because we was coming to work every day for a number of years, you know, a number of months. So it's the It's the
that look in your eyes, man.
It's the look.
Yeah.
But then it's also the substitution of what I use as an actor to say, how am I really feeling about JD's character getting ready to not be on set no more? So that's what I gave you. Wow. You know, I gave you that. Like, man, I really felt bad. Like, dang, I ain't gonna see my brother for a minute. Because, you know, being an actor, when you're working with actors for a certain amount of months, 3-4 months, y'all become family. Mm-hmm. One of them get killed off the show.
It's like,
that mean, especially if we out L.A. or New York, that mean they going back home to wherever they are. You won't be able to go next door, knock on the door at the hotel.
No craft services, no trailer. Yeah. Like,
yeah. So that was a real emotion. You know what I'm saying? And even the emotion.
It was so authentic.
It was authentic.
Yes.
And I know one thing that I always tell people, you know, just in the world, JD Williams was one of the first actors that always coached me on set, like with my scenes. Because a lot of people don't know The Wire was my first job as an actor. So
that's why it was so amazing.
Yeah. So with that
to
being,
hear you say that, like,
right.
Wow.
With that being my first job as an actor, JD, he definitely was one of the ones that was like, yo, this how we should play this. You know what I'm saying? And I always, I'm just very appreciative of him, who's still my brother to this day. We still do interviews together. We got projects coming up together that we're in.
Right.
He's a part of my documentary, Undeniable, the Tray Chaney story. So, yeah, that art of expression.
Just
that was real.
You didn't have any language, but it was a million words that came across your face. Yeah. I said, when I talked to him, I got to ask him about that scene. Yeah, it was so impactful.
Was tough. Yeah. Well, me and JD, we always would work out our dialogue first before we even step foot on set to listen to what the director had to say. Okay. That's a good thing. That's a good thing about me and JD's chemistry. We always rehearsed, even if we was just in the trailer, just me and him chilling, like, hey, let's run these lines. So when we get on set, we can show them that we showed up and we're ready to work and we're ready to play and we're ready to get this done. So with that, we did. You know, we worked through that on by ourselves first.
Right.
But when we got there, you got the directors on set just like, all right, give it this, and then they might give you a scenario. So Trey, if this was really going like this, how would you be? Boom.
Yes.
Then something clicks off in your mind. This is how I'm gonna do it. This is what I'm gonna give them.
Right. Yeah. And it was so believable.
Let me tell y'all something that a lot of people may not know, or they might even overlook. When JD first shot Wallace, when Bodie first shot Wallace, and he was hesitant. Remember when I said, "Do it"? If you gonna do it. Me taking the gun was almost like an animal. You don't want to see an animal suffer. Right. So you're taking him out of his misery. Yeah. That's what it was. That's what it showed. You know. So it's like me sitting up there crying, but I'm like, I don't want him to bleed to death or suffer. Let me just get this over with. Boom.
Right. Wow.
And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah. So man. The Wire itself is an art of expression.
Listen, period.
The Wire is an art of expression for sure.
It sure was. And so I had a quote out of the Wire. You see, I have the Wire book, all the pieces.
Love it.
I told you I was serious, but you have a quote here, and you say about Poot's character. Yeah, and it says, "I'm gonna start right here." It says, "That's when the character to me was like an American hero." You speaking about Poot's character, like an American hero by being able to turn the bad into good with ending up working in Foot Locker at the end.
That's it.
And so I had to start from there because, like a true Wire fan, we all imagine what the Wire would be like today had it been a spinoff. And I just want to just imagine with me.
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Imagine with me real quick for a moment. And the Wire fans that are like me, we've been wanting to have this conversation. A new generation, right? What is Poot doing now? Yeah. Well, we know Poot got out of the game and started working in Foot Locker. And so he's working at the sneaker store. And so I imagine the new version. Okay. I wrote a little brief treatment here.
It's dope.
But Poot is an entrepreneur, sneaker guy with his own custom sneaker spot, cool building with the murals and stuff on the walls, hardwood flooring, and like a stage and stuff for the neighborhood kids, right?
Yeah.
And so they can express themselves through music, things like that. But I also seen him replacing the deacon character.
Whoa.
You remember how you could go to Cuddy? He would like be talking to the councilman.
Yeah.
And he was like the liaison between the streets.
And the corporate, yeah.
Yeah. And so he would be able to move into politics. He would talk to Bunny Coven sometimes. But I feel like Poot would be like a main character figure in a new Wire, like a reimagined, updated Wire. But he's the guy that can talk to city council and the toughest street cats. Like, for instance, now here's another idea. Say Naaman Bryce grows up and becomes Councilman Bryce.
Whoa.
Right? Because remember, he kind of got adopted by Bunny Coven and his wife.
Whoa.
So just imagine him. He's got a family now. Like, he's a Morehouse, like, black excellence type, right? So the tough street dude would probably, to me, be Randy, played by Maestro. Shout out to Maestro. I watch the podcast all the time.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man.
But Randy, we kept hearing his name in the foster care or the group home system as Randy Wagstaff. So what if Randy Wagstaff turns out to be Cheese Wagstaff's son?
Whoa. Yeah.
And that's why it was in foster care.
No, that's real.
And so that's why it played by Method Man. Shout out to Method Man. But Randy replaces Avon. Think about it. Like, and the group's home made him hard. You know, Noba Carver couldn't get him out the group home. You know what I mean? And so Michael Tristan replaces Omar as a stick-up kid.
Yeah.
Because it kind of ended like that. And then Dookie replaces Bubbles.
Yeah.
Slim Charles, played by ANTWAN Glover. Shout out to
brother.
ANTWAN Glover, who is incredible, who I'm trying to get on the show.
Yeah. And we're going to try to make that.
We're going to try and make that happen because I love the Backyard Band. I love Go-Go. I love DC. We're going to make it happen. DC's ready for me, okay? But I always see ANTWAN Glover because it kind of left off with the Greek talking to ANTWAN Glover's character, Slim Charles. So what if he replaces the OG Prop Joe? Right? Ooh. And so Poot, Slim Charles, along with Naaman Bryce are like the three main characters of the new Wire in my mind, and that's how I imagine it. But guess what? Weebay is about to get out of prison, right? So what do you think, and who would be evolving into now in this new Wire? Like, what do you imagine Poot doing
Jamila,
now?
the way you just broke that down.
No, I wrote a treatment. I told you. Listen, I got my sweatshirt on.
That treatment is something that we need to shoot.
Okay, because I see it.
We need to give that treatment something how it can come about.
Yeah,
but
because it left off with so many things.
I feel the same way. I feel that Poot would be a manager of something or of his own sneaker store, or whatever, and he'll have a family.
He left the game with so much knowledge.
A hustler.
But he had the pain, and he understands that this ain't the way.
Right.
So he becomes an entrepreneur, and he's like the neighborhood guy.
Man.
Except he's the liaison between the streets.
Because
he was the streets, and he grew through being a sneakerhead and opened up his own cool. They got airbrush, they got murals, a stage.
That's it.
He's a businessman now. He's giving young kids an opportunity.
You just sold that idea just now. Like that's all I could think about now that you're talking about that.
But that's how I see Poot.
Yeah.
Is a positive entrepreneur, you know.
Facts.
But they kind of just stopped, and the fans were
and
like,
another
wow,
thing,
I wish it was a spinoff.
I want to share with people right now. The Wire did not get canceled. The Wire just ended.
It ended.
Yeah, I don't want people to think that it got canceled. The Wire just ended, and it ended on a high note.
Because the audience wanted more. I know I did.
Exactly.
What's next for Tray Chaney?
What isn't next for Tray Chaney, right? I got a lot of stuff going on. But right now, you know, I'm very happy and proud of this new film project that Chaney Vision Entertainment, my company, came on as an executive producer as well as an actor, and it's called ANTWAN. And it's written, directed, produced by my brother, Jordan Marcel. He goes by the name of Food with the Camera because he comes from a musical background, from shooting music videos for some of the biggest artists in the game, and he made the transition to filmmaker. This is his first film, ANTWAN, and it's a story about a young man who loses his mother to a drug overdose, and he's left with the decision: does he turn to the streets, you know, or does he stay on the right path? There's a couple of people trying to keep him on a right path, but as you know, as a black man in today's world, it's so easy to get caught up in negativity. So it's a spin on this story when you watch it. You know, it's number one on Tubi right now. It's been most popular since it came out a couple of days ago. And like I said, just to play this character OG Clyde, who served, you know, a certain amount of years, a certain amount of time in jail, and gets out on a positive note as an artist. You know, he's a painter, you know what I'm saying? So just for my brother Food with the Camera to give me this role, but not only the role, but say, bro, I want to partner, you know, with Chaney Vision Entertainment, and I want to take this thing to another level. And now to just see, you know, I'm more proud of Jordan right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because just like I said, to see him start something and finish it in this entertainment business, especially in film and television, it is so hard to just start, but it's even harder to finish. So to see him accomplish both, he started ANTWAN last year, it finished. We did the premiere, which was sold out here in Atlanta, Georgia, and that was #1 on Tubi, his first movie out the gate, and I'm a part of that.
Wow, that's
like, I love being a part of everything from the ground up. That's how my whole Chaney Vision Entertainment brand and just Tray Chaney by itself started. Just build it from the
Solid
ground up,
foundation.
turn it into turn nothing into something, you know.
Sir.
And then, you know, my album,
Yes, sir.
Life of a Hustler.
Come on now.
22 songs. You could buy directly from me. It's on ChaneyWay.com. Everything is on ChaneyWay.com,
That's
by
right.
the way. The Wire hoodies, my book, the custom-made King and Queen hoodies. But ChaneyWay.com is my baby. That's because it's direct-to-consumer communication.
Absolutely.
For you, Jamila, to support me like you did is exactly what we talking about. You went on the site.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? And then I seen when it popped up what you purchased. And I said, okay, it's getting sent out to you this week.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
so that direct to communication, it's like one supporter, one fan at a time, building brick by brick.
Absolutely.
And then
It's the personal touch too.
it's the personal touch,
Yeah.
you know. And then we got on IG Live like the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
yeah.
just
It
talked
was so
about
cool.
what we were getting ready to manifest with this interview.
That's
and now
right.
we sitting here doing the interview.
Powerful.
Yeah. And then we
Powerful.
have date night with the Cheneys.
That's right.
So me and my wife, we have this thing with no phones allowed during date night.
It went viral.
So we
too,
put this
yeah.
video out 2 months ago. Just, you know, we regularly go on dates, post things. We're going on 20 years of marriage in November. No more phones during date night because we caught ourselves on the phone. This video does 1.6 million views in a
Yes.
number of days, weeks, months. Next thing you know,
It
Sherry
really
Shepherd.
resonates, yeah.
Yeah, next thing you know, Sherry Shepherd does a segment on her show. Then Dish Nation. Then Fox 5. And now we're in talks right now about doing something huge where date night with the Cheneys, where we're helping couples to really find that connection.
Wow.
So I got to give a big shout out to my wife, Aisha Chaney.
Shout out to
You know,
Aisha.
because
Aisha.
that's the one right there.
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? She's really the foundation for Chaney Vision Entertainment. She does everything for the company. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm out here promoting, I'm doing the brand. I'm more hands-on, but trust me, my wife is in the office at our house right now building
Getting it
more
done.
stuff for when I get home, I'm gonna have a list of things to look over for Chaney Vision Entertainment that we gotta crank out. So I just gotta give my wife a big shout out.
That's cool. That's dope.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Hey,
Bonnie and
yep,
Clyde.
the
Okay.
Cheneys, right? Yeah.
Man, so what is your social media so that the fans can go and follow and support?
Yeah, it's if they want to follow me on Instagram, it's Tray Chaney Vision. That's TrayChaneyVision. Tray Chaney Vision. On Twitter, I'm just at Tray Chaney. And then Facebook, I have 2 Facebook pages, and it is me. So
Okay.
you got Tray Poot Chaney, that's a play off the wire.
That's right.
And then you got Tray Chaney. And on TikTok, I'm Tray Chaney 1. And of course, we already spoke about ChaneyWay.com. That's my site. And of course, my YouTube page is Tray Chaney 1.
Tray Chaney
So
1.
that's everything. That's all the information to find me. And you know, we in a worldwide internet web era.
That's
so
right.
y'all can find me on there. And just like I said, for you to connect with me and for us to manifest this interview, just look at how God works.
Listen, come on now.
You know?
Come on now. Well, I appreciate you.
Appreciate
and I
you.
know we're approaching our time, and you're a very busy man. So I'm
It's love.
super grateful that
Thank you.
could be here today. From the bottom of my heart, Tray Chaney, thank you.
Thank you.
For
I
being on the
appreciate
Queen's
it.
Address today. And thank you for tuning in. Peace King, Peace Queen.
Queens in the house.